Good morning, friends, or welcome back, whatever time of the day it is for you. Popping open this for the first time. I just did a restock of this from my Holiday store, which is like a skincare store where it has all of the products that I need for my skin, and it just makes things fuss-free. I just go in there and, refill on anything that's out of stock. So just got this. This day is actually going to be a slightly different day than usual. It's nothing too crazy, but it is going to be slightly different because this is the week leading up to an event that I'm planning, and I haven't done this in a really long time, probably since I got married. So it's a big deal, and I don't know if event planning stresses anyone else out, but it definitely stresses me out. It's like high anxiety, high chaos. And so I am actually going to show you throughout this vlog how I kind of balance all of that chaos and basically insert slowness into a week where it would typically be a complete nightmare because of a big event. Something that's probably new is this. I feel like I didn't show this before, but it's from Youth to the People. It's the Peptides Plus C Energy Eye Concentrate. It's essentially like an eye serum, and usually eye serums don't do much for me, but I am absolutely obsessed with this one because you'll probably see it on the camera, but as soon as I apply it, there is like immediate brightness. And there's an ingredient in there, it's a synthetic mica, or mica, I don't know, that does that, and I'm just obsessed with it. Speaking of the event that I was talking about, I have also been experimenting with makeup. This is part of the whole thing where I really stretch out little things of the event, so I'm not like stressing out the day before. I have been experimenting with makeup products, and I have been experimenting throughout this entire month up until now to make sure that I know what I'm doing when it comes to applying makeup for this event, because you all know I don't wear makeup on the daily, and I don't want to end up looking like a clown because of that reason, of my lack of expertise in applying makeup. So I have just been putting these on. I'm not going to put it on today. I'm trying to keep my skin as bare as possible, but now I'm just going to put my eyebrow gel on in the mirror because I can't see right now, and then we'll get dressed. Okay, I am all set for the day. As you can also see, I cut my hair. But pretty much every single day I wear a set active set, just the leggings and a sports bra, because I'm on my walking pad for most of the day. And then I just have some socks, of course, Nike socks, quarter socks, and then this is a sweatshirt from my college. Okay, it is breakfast time. Breakfast for me, breakfast for the cats, but let's start with me. This breakfast that I have been making for myself has actually been a fixation for the past 2 weeks. I'm literally obsessed with it. So first we start with this cereal. It's from 3 Wishes, and it's the strawberry flavor. Fun fact, strawberry is like my favorite flavor now. I do about a cup of that. And then I have this granola. It's sort of like clustered granola. It's from Purely Elizabeth. It's their grain-free banana nut granola. And I like that it's grain-free. I also like that it has those cool clusters in it. I don't know if you can see this, but I love like those big hunks of cluster. And the banana is like banana puree, so it tastes really good. And then the last thing that I put in before I add in my milk are just some fresh strawberries. These bins I got from Target. They're like produce bins. You can see that little gap there where there's like an aeration kind of thing. So they keep the strawberries super fresh after I clean the strawberries thoroughly. And yeah, I'm gonna chop a few of these up, give the tops to my rabbit, and then I sprinkle a little bit, or drizzle a little bit of soy milk over top of everything. Okay, they're fed, I'm fed, or I'm about to be fed. Look how beautiful this bowl is, so good. Okay, breakfast was amazing. I'm all finished with that. I actually am gonna read for the 10 minutes that I usually read every morning. even though it's a busy week, I still get an opportunity to read because I schedule it into my morning routine. So gonna read for 10 minutes. Quick update, I am reading Don't Fear the Reaper by Stephen Graham Jones. I'm pretty sure this is the same book that I was reading the last time I gave you an update. It's technically my March read, and I'm supposed to be finishing a book every month, but we're still in April and I'm still kind of like, I have about 100 or so pages left. I don't know why this is taking me so long to read. It is a good book, but yeah, I really wish I had like a wider lens so that my head doesn't constantly get cut off. But anyway, I did my 10 pages of reading. I'm about 60 to 70% through with that book, and it's entertaining, but it's definitely a slow burn. So maybe that's why it's taking me so long to finish it. I just want to finish it though. You know what I mean? Like, it's part of a sequel, so I feel like I have to finish it. And I really do like it. Don't know why it's taking me this long. But anyway, I just pulled out my journal and I'm just checking through like my weekly to-do list. I have a habit tracker. I have like my weekly literal to-do list for each individual day. That's typically how I like to do my little bullet journal setup. So in my habit tracker that I have this week, I have morning routine, movement, workbook, which is just like making sure that I look at all of the different workbooks that I have for my personal goals and stuff like that. That is how I also hold myself accountable throughout the months when I'm doing like my quarterly review and making sure that I stay on top of my goals. I have like a daily tracker as well. And then I have post 3 TikToks, and I have been pretty successful with that. And then no takeout. I'm trying really hard not to have takeout. So I'm going to fill in my circles from, or like, I don't know if that made sense, but I'm like filling in my circles from yesterday, and I did pretty great yesterday. I am actually going to grab my laptop and I start my workday in the kitchen, and then I gradually move into the office, but I like to sit around in the kitchen for a little bit. I'm so sorry, this is the 3rd time that I have changed the angle, even though I have been sitting here the entire time. But I got my laptop, like I said. I'm going to get started with my workday, but I did want to quickly mention what I'm working on today. In my bullet journal, I have like my weekly spread, like I said. And what I have going on today is recording this YouTube video, and I'm also working on an ebook, but that is to come much, much later. I am just getting started with it this week. I do also have a much more extensive list in my Notion account. So I keep my Notion to much more large scale kinds of things, especially when it's like month long or several months long kind of goals. I do have some lists in here that I'll go over with you a little bit later, because this one pertains to the event that I've been talking about this entire time. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna make my coffee, and usually when I make my coffee, I do a TikTok. So I have my other phone or my other camera over here, and I always talk about one thing that brings me joy in the day. So I'm gonna do that right now while I make my coffee. Something that's bringing me joy, because I feel like there's joy in every single day if we actually think about it. Best creamer ever, by the way. It's from Elmhurst, the caramel macchiato. So good. Here is the coffee. It's just an Americano. This is so random. I just came into the office because I'm getting ready to go onto my walking pad, but I did get a Poshmark order. I'm just gonna pack this up for that person. But I don't know why I'm doing it standing up. And I just have to put the label on this. By the way, these mailers, they're like in a nice black color and they're padded. I could put them on my Amazon storefront because I have a ton of these and they always come in handy whenever I have to like ship something like this out. Okay, so I'm just about to jump on to my walking pad and get like into the thick of it when it comes to my work day. So I just wanted to show you what the walking pad looks like. I feel like I've shown it before, but yeah, it's pretty compact. It goes right under my desk, as you can see, and then I have a converter on my desk. I put the speed at about, I think 1.5 or 2.5 miles per hour, and I just get my walk in while I do some computer work. So I'll check back in with you a little bit later. My battery's actually dying. Oh my gosh, y'all, I was in a meeting, an hour-long meeting, and I did 12,000 steps while I was in that meeting. I am sweaty. It is lunchtime. I am going to cool down for a sec and go make lunch. Also, I was scrambling before the meeting to connect these headphones to my computer so that I can take the meeting using this, but I don't know how to use them quite well yet, so I have to do some more research, but I wanted to show you what they look like. They are the Sony XM4s. I think they're pretty viral, or they were viral on TikTok, and I can see why. They are absolutely stunning. I love the color. That's like 90% of why I got them. And then the other 10% is that I've just heard nothing but great things about them. But yeah, lunch is like breakfast for lunch. I don't know why I decided to do that this week, but whatever. I have a blueberry bagel. These were actually in the freezer. I took it out this morning so that I can defrost in time for lunch. I have a little bit of tofu scramble. And then of course for the bagel, I have this vegan cream cheese from Trader Joe's. I really, really like this one. The texture is a little bit too hard, but I still like the taste of it. So yeah, I also have to feed, why did I clap? I also have to feed the kitties, and you can probably see Logan right over there, and Riley is at my feet, so I clapped again. Here is my breakfast for lunch. Tofu scramble, threw a little bit of ketchup on it, and then you can see how much that cream cheese like beat up the bagel, but it's worth it. Okay, y'all, I just finished lunch. That bagel hit the spot, and I feel really accomplished with the amount of steps that I got in for the day. And now I kind of just want to sit and relax a little bit after that long stretch of walking and kind of talk to you about this whole thing that I was mentioning earlier in the video, where it is the week of leading up to a large event for me, and how I want to share with you how I insert slowness into my days when it is a very, very hectic and chaotic kind of week. So right now, today's Wednesday. I'm halfway through this chaotic week. We're almost there to the big event, which is happening on Saturday. And I basically make a huge week of to-do list where I'm pretty much finalizing all of the details for the event. This can be applied, by the way, for any big thing. It can be a project, it can be like finals, exams, things like that, where you know you need to really up your game in terms of preparation because things are getting real. And what I typically do is make this giant week of to-do list, and then I split it up. I take bits and pieces of the giant list and input it into different days of the week. Of course, leading up to the day of, which is Saturday for me, Friday is going to be the busiest of the days. But again, I try to split it up as evenly as possible so that each day doesn't seem super overwhelming, and I get to include things that are prioritizing my well-being and my health and mental headspace and stuff like that, so that I can have a slow, paced out day every single day despite being busy. So for example, I am pulling out my Notion, and in my Notion for this event, I have like a whole Notion board that I have just been working on for the past few months. And so now I'm down to my week of to-do list. You can see it's pretty darn ugly, but on Sunday, I had two things to do. I just did some packing up in terms of decorations that I'm going to be bringing to the venue with me. And then I ordered a gift for my mom because the event is actually for my mom's birthday. So I did an order of a delivery. I don't know if she watches my videos, but I did a delivery to make sure that it gets sent to her on the day of her birthday, because her birthday is on Friday, but the event is on Saturday. So I want to make sure that she gets a gift on her actual birthday. So I did that on Sunday. And then on Monday, I did a few emails. So because it was the beginning of the week, I figured in my head, I would do a lot of preparation in terms of like admin stuff and just finalizing details via email, because it just felt like a Monday thing to do. So that's what I did on Monday. And I also, this doesn't make sense when I say it out loud, but I will explain it to you. Basically, I packed my day of purse, like the handbag that I'm gonna have that day, on Monday. Why Monday when the event isn't all the way until Saturday? I figured that if I did it on Monday when things are a little bit on the quieter side in terms of my week of to-do list, I would have all of my immediate items that I know that I'm going to need to grab and reach immediately for that day already set. So I won't be scrambling for things that are very like important and immediate when I'm so close to the day of. I feel like that would just take away a little bit of stress from that situation, so I did that on Monday.
and I think it was a good idea. But I also have nothing on this list for Tuesday, so even though I split things up throughout the entire week, I kept Tuesday blank because, like I said earlier, I'm working on an ebook and I wanted to dedicate a lot of time, particularly on Tuesday, to work on it. So I left that day pretty much blank. And then today's Wednesday, I have to charge my camera, which is this camera. I'm gonna be using this camera to do like a DIY photography or a DIY photo booth for the day of the event. So I want to make sure that this camera is fully charged, and I decided that today would be the best day because I'm recording. I'm going to be using most of the battery today, and then once I finish recording this video, I'll be able to fully charge it and pack it away. Another thing that I'm doing today, which is kind of random, is creating a meal prep list. So how this plays into anything, this is a personal to-do list that I have to do for my mental well-being. I always prep my grocery list and I go to the grocery on Saturdays and the farmer's market. But of course, that's the day of the event. So I'm going to be completely booked that day. So I needed to find a time slot where I can do these things that I absolutely need to do for my personal well-being, because I meal prep, I cook just about every single day, and I have no choice in that matter because we are dealing with some health things. So I wanted to make sure that I was on top of that. So I'm doing my meal prep list today, and then I might be able to do my groceries still on the weekend. It's just I won't have enough time to do the list, the grocery list, if that makes sense. Tomorrow, which is Thursday, I'm going to double check the connection for my camera because I got like this kit for me to just have a remote control on the day of the event, and I can just press it and it'll be able to take pictures of people. So I have to make sure that that's all set up so that when I pack away the camera and the battery and everything, that's all set. But I'll do that tomorrow. And then I'm also doing my nails tomorrow because I need a refresh, of course. And I figured it would make sense to do that later on in the week rather than in the beginning of the week. And I didn't want to do it the day before because the day before is going to be hectic. And speaking of the day before, which is Friday, I have things like packing up supplies, things that I need to take to the venue. I'm going across state lines, so I definitely have to make sure that I don't forget a single thing. So I'm going to start packing up things on Friday and finish up on Saturday. I also have a lot of self-care things. So Friday is going to be my biggest self-care moment, the moment where I insert the most of my slow living kind of practices, because it's the day before the event, and there's nothing better than starting the day of the event on a really, really good note and having a really good evening the night before to prepare and to mentally kind of just debrief and have a good relaxed time before things get really, really chaotic with a big event or project or exam, etc. So I have face masks going on. I have like a deep clean in terms of like shaving, showering, stuff like that. And then I'm also going to confirm my timeline for the morning so that when I wake up in the morning, I don't have to do that the same day. I can confirm it the night before so that when I wake up, my timeline's already set for me to use. And then Saturday is the day of the event. I have a couple of things in there as well that prioritize my well-being. So essentially, I made a note that I need to hydrate. I need to hydrate a lot because when I'm at the event, I am not going to be able to drink as much water as I usually do during a certain hour time frame or hours time frame. So I want to make sure that I'm hydrated starting very early in the day. And then I also have some face masks. I'll go grab them actually to show you. Okay, so I have 4 face masks. Obviously, they are very similar. I got one for Ian as well. But on Friday night when I'm doing my whole self-care session and I'm like ordering takeout, have the face masks, all of that good stuff, playing video games, just making the night as self-care as possible. We're gonna do these face masks. They're from Avatara. They are usually on sale at Target, like more often than not. And this is the Chill Out Calming Aloe Vera mask. So this is just for us to literally chill out the day before the big event. And then after the event, we are coming home and obviously I'm going to be absolutely exhausted after. So I figured I would give back to myself by doing one more face mask. I'm probably going to fall asleep as soon as I get home as well, but I'm going to still attempt to do a face mask while we debrief about the night. And this one is Juicy Ava Bravo. It's a soothing avocado face mask. So it's going to be intense that day. I'm definitely going to need something soothing, and that's exactly why I got those. So face masks all ready to go for those nights. But that's pretty much it. If you think about taking that gigantic list and piling it all into Friday evening, I would be up all Friday evening into Saturday, which would be the day of the event, and I would be exhausted from the get-go. So that's just to put things into perspective, and it really, really helps whenever I do it this way. Don't forget to prioritize the things that are for your well-being, because those things are just as important, if not more important, than the things that need to get done for said project. I'm gonna get back to work. All right, friends, it is just about the end of my workday, at least. Of course, like I said, I am working on some other things after I log off of work, which have to do with the event, but I think I'm gonna end the vlog here. After my workday is finished, I go straight into exercising, doing a workout with Ian, which is in the basement. It's kind of creepy down there. And then I also cook dinner. Tonight I'm making a creamy kale and vegan beef pasta, so that's gonna be really, really good. And then I kind of just plop down on the couch and get to work with the things that I need to do. So I hope you like the little tidbits that I took you on today. I hope it was interesting. I'm trying my best to do more vlog style kind of videos, and I know a lot of you don't like when I talk too much, and I know I talked a lot in this one, but I feel like it's also good to be able to be in front of the camera and just chat with you and catch you up on certain things, and also tell you a few stories about what's going on in my slow living journey. So I hope you don't mind. I hope you do like the format of this video. Let me know in the comments if you do, if you want to see more of them. And I know a lot of you also want to see more of my tech videos, and I have been getting submissions, so thank you so much for those submissions. They are coming soon. But that is all for this week's video. I'll talk to you in next week's video.